info, check out the big Ashes of Creation overview video on my channel that I made a few months back. So when will Ashes of Creation release? Well, personally, I think we can expect Alpha 2 sometime in the first half of 2023, with beta and full release late 2024. There's no official dates given yet, but by the time 2024 rolls around,
bro, they got hippos and this shit got everything.
The game would have been in full development for 7 years, which is
7 years. What a crazy number. 7 years of development MMO must be a really good number, because I know another MMO that's been in development for 7 years.
Similar to the amount of time it took to develop MMOs such as Elder Scrolls Online and Arcade in the past. The Riot.
Elder Scrolls was mid. Not gonna lie, Arcade was also mid, in my opinion. Now, the Riot MMO, I'm also stoked as hell for, but there's still like barely any info on it.
It's MMO. I did a poll on my YouTube channel a few weeks back.
I'll be real, every Riot game is at least pretty good. Like, card game's good, League is good. I hate Valorant, but I can acknowledge it was good for the genre.
And next to Ashes of Creation, the Riot MMO was the second most
TFT, always good.
highly anticipated MMORPG. Riot Games have a ton of money, resources, and talent. All the games they've released in recent years have turned out to be highly polished and successful.
Not to mention, like, their brand, the brand of Riot, the characters they have are so strong. Like, I would love to know more about Runeterra and all the characters that are inside of it.
And they've kind of turned into a new age version of what Blizzard Entertainment used to be, where they would
yeah, Blizzard Entertainment used to be, bro. What the fuck happened?
Take a game or genre and put their own spin on it whilst making it highly accessible. We don't have a lot of info about the Riot MMO, and due to the fact we haven't seen any gameplay or even screenshots of the game, I can't see it releasing anytime soon. In my opinion, this is a 2025 and beyond MMO release.
The other problem is that I really, truly feel like there's going to be a new genre that's going to come out of left field sometime in late 2023 that's going to flip everything that we know about video games, and a new highly addictive game is going to come out, but we'll see. We'll see. I have high hopes for the video game industry, because I don't know, man. I want him that's really going to push the boundaries, and maybe this game will, but if anybody's going to nail a game, it's going to be Riot.
Finally, a game that's actually going to release in 2023, Throne and Liberty.
I've never even heard of this.
This game's been in development for an eternity. Initially, it was supposed to be Lineage 3 and was first shown off at G-Star in 2011. Then they moved the game to Unreal Engine 4 under the name Project TL. Then after that, they renamed it to Throne and Liberty and changed from an isometric
God, bro, holy. Look at the lips on that shit. Holy, look, this game looks great.
MMO to a third-person open-world action combat MMO. This game's going to be a big competitor to Black Desert Online as it features castle sieges,
competitor to BDO. Do people still play that game?
Open world PvP, guild vs guild battles, as well as massive world boss fights for hundreds of players in the open world. Personally, I'm very excited for this game, even though there's a high likelihood of it being pay to win.
Yeah, that's my type of game, bro. Why be good when I can just spend money?
The game's currently targeting a release window of Q2 2023. Diablo 4. Some people might not consider this an MMORPG, but you're able to see other players running around a massive
I am so stoked for D4. So stoked for D4. I'm going to play the shit out of this when Asmongold goes offline.
Shared open world, and have the opportunity to group up with them, as well as touch a bit of that MMO feeling when taking down world bosses. Diablo 4 will also have PvP and other features that will also likely appeal to MMO fans. Diablo 4 will be releasing on June 6th, 2023, and I'll definitely be covering it on this channel when it does.
But I have this sinking, guttural feeling that D4 is just going to be a massive disappointment, but I hope to God I'm wrong.
Path of Exile 2. Once again, not an MMORPG, but the game will feature co-op parties for up to 6 players. PoE 2 seems like it's got a lot less shared world MMO light features when compared to Diablo 4, but will likely make up for it in depth.
I actually played PoE for the first time recently and was pleasantly surprised with how well that game is being updated. So, honestly, the only thing that's kind of keeping me back from playing PoE is knowing how much more everyone else has played. I will probably heavily invest tons of time into PoE 2 upon release of that, because makes me really happy when devs don't give up on their games. And that's what I've seen with BOE.
Build variety, replayability, and content updates. Most MMORPG players that I know are also excited for Path of Exile 2, hence why I decided to include it in this list. And so far
fair.
the game's looking like it will be releasing in either Q1 or Q2 2024. Blue Protocol
Really excited for this one. Really excited.
is an upcoming anime MMORPG from Japan that's almost certainly going to be releasing in 2023,
I hope to God it's releasing globally.
most likely early spring. This game already has a Steam page available and has been in development for quite some time. I actually played the closed beta of Blue Protocol over 2.5 years ago at this point, before the game just went full radio silence for 2 years. From what I remember, it was a decently fun story-driven PvE MMO, although at the time nothing really blew me away about it. Regardless, most Japanese-made MMOs tend to do fairly well in the West, and I'd expect Blue Protocol to be relatively popular, as long as it's got plenty of content as well as a fair business model.
I mean, I hope so, man. It's been in development long enough to where I expect there to be a lot of content. At least 3 months, I'm hoping.
Crimson Desert. This is not an
Because I believe Blue Protocol is also not having any PvP, and they're focusing strictly on PvE, but I could be wrong. But I think that'd be really cool.
MMORPG. It's a story-driven single-player RPG with multiplayer elements. As to the extent of those multiplayer elements, we're not sure yet as of the making of this video. Regardless though, this is a game being developed by the same developers as Black Desert Online, which means it will likely have an amazing action combat system that will likely appeal to most MMORPG fans. As for release date, it's currently looking like Q3 or Q4 2023. Arcade 2. This Unreal Engine 5 MMORPG will be available on both PC and consoles and feature a massive open world with an action combat system, a solid mix of both PvP and PvE content, as well as the ability to build giant ships.
I will say, bro, this game does look incredible. Probably visually the most stunning out of any MMO that's been covered in this video so far. This game looks fucking beautiful, which I used to not give a shit about. Because back in the day, I was like, okay, well, the worse the game looks, the better it will perform. But we're getting to a point where it's like we can now have performance and like flashy graphics, which I appreciate a lot.
And sail the open seas, which was the most famous feature from Arcade 1. The recent teaser trailer we got for Arcade 2 got me extremely excited. The game looks absolutely beautiful, and I hope XL Games have learned from their past mistakes with Arcade 1.
Well, they probably haven't.
So
Just like most devs.
far this game is slated for a 2024 release, however I personally wouldn't be surprised to see it pushed back into 2025.
It is truly shocking how many times devs don't learn from their past mistakes. It's actually a little bit jarring.
It's also a Korean MMO with a big emphasis on PvP, so I'd also expect it to have pay-to-win elements.
Yeah, I'm not really big on Korean MMOs or Korean games. Yeah, they are generally heavy pay to win, which is actually quite obnoxious because I cannot help myself when I know that I can spend money to get ahead. That kills the game so fast, it's ridiculous.
Night Crows. This game was unveiled in November 2022
Oh,
with one
shit.
of the most badass trailers I've ever seen for an MMO. What's even more surprising is that the game is slated for an April 2023 release. The game's key feature is that it can supposedly support 1,000 player PvP battles.
Yeah, those will be really good. Yeah, dude. I mean, those will be awesome. Surely those won't be a massive clusterfuck shithole, bro. Ain't no way.
Which is something I'm kinda skeptical about. Visually, the game looks very nice, utilizing Unreal Engine 5's rendering tech. However, my biggest skepticism comes from the fact that Nightcrows will be cross-platform on PC and mobile.
Oh, fuck. God damn, bro. You might as well say there's no fucking complexity or intricacies whatsoever, but the moment you put that shit on fucking mobile, it becomes a pay-to-win fuckfest of goo-goo gaga baby controls, bro. I guess fucking next. Ain't no fucking way, bro.
And apparently use blockchain technology.
Alright. Well, good news is, I don't think you'll ever lag in the 1,000 server battles of PvP because I don't even think that'll be able to I think that'll be able to keep the entire player base in one battle. There ain't no way that's just not dying immediately.
No idea how this game's gonna turn out, but
Bad.
I'll be trying it regardless.
Bad.
Wayfinder is yet another recently announced game making this list, and it actually looks pretty decent. I'm not too sure to what extent this game is
Okay, I actually fuck with these graphics because that means I know there'll be no performance issues.
massively multiplayer, but MMORPG is a tag that the game is using to describe itself on the game's Steam page, which is already up and available for wishlists.
This looks cool. Is this the one made by Digital Extremes?
Early on the trailer, Wayfinder to me looks like a third-person multiplayer stage-based looter, but I might be wrong. Not much details are known other than the game will launch in late 2023 and have a fair free-to-play business model.
Cool.
Whatever that means these days. Palia is probably the most casual MMORPG on this list, and that certainly isn't a bad thing.
Yeah, no, I'm all for that. I don't think there's anything wrong with a game being for casual, because I'll be real, bro, I'm 29 years old. I don't need to play hardcore games anymore because life is hardcore enough as it is, to be honest. I'm just looking for something fun to pass the time. I don't want to make a game my fucking job. That's my opinion.
Niche this game is targeting. Imagine Stardew Valley, but 3D, third
That sounds badass.
person with multiplayer. Basically the perfect game to play with your partner. Palia describes itself as a community sim game set in a vibrant world with a cozy art style and overall vibe. In this game you can forage, hunt, mine, catch insects, go fishing, cook, furnish your house, and do some gardening. As for
that sounds fun as fuck. No complaints.
release date, I'd expect this sometime in late 2023, as the game's already had multiple playtests at this point.
I will be playing the fuck out of this.
Core Punk. This is quite a unique upcoming MMORPG that I've personally been excited for quite a long time. Imagine MOBA-style top-down
Looks like a mobile game, not gonna lie.
gameplay, but in an MMORPG with Fog of War. It's certainly a unique concept that hasn't been done before. Core Punk looks like it has a solid mix of both
Holy moly!
PvP and challenging PvE content, crafting, an open world, vibrant art style, character customization, and multiple classes. In terms of development, the game looks pretty far along based on the gameplay shown, and was supposed to have a beta test at the end of 2021, which was delayed. Unfortunately, the devs faced further delays due to having a studio based in Ukraine at the start of the war. Thankfully, the most recent update states that the team are fully back on track, so I'd expect us to get our hands on Core Punk sometime in 2023. Bitscraft is a game that's taking a different approach to the sandbox MMORPG genre.
Bro, this looks beautiful.
As you can see from the trailer, it has cozy, stylized, cel-shaded graphics.
I love that.
And quite a relaxed.
I really don't need realistic looking graphics. I much prefer stylized over realistic. That's just my opinion, because generally stylized lasts forever, whereas realistic will always look bad in 2 to 3 years' time.
Vibe. This game features procedurally generated landscapes, the ability for players to come together and construct their own towns, crafting and gathering systems, farming, hunting and fishing, and it seems to be a cross between survival game and MMORPG with a strong social focus. No announced release date yet, but the game's recently began the pre-alpha testing process, so perhaps this is a 2024 MMO.
Badass.
Hytale is a voxel-style MMORPG that was initially announced 4 years ago. This game's more of a sandbox-style MMO and will feature building, mini...
I'm gonna play the fuck out of this. A lot of people are probably gonna sleep on this. I think Hytale is going to be so fucking good. Like, I think it's going to be so ridiculously good.
Game creation, quests, dungeons, bosses, character customization, different classes, and a ton of in-game tools to help content creators make their own content for the game.
Amazing.
Hytale has recently redeveloped its engine to support multiple platforms, and the latest info I can find is that the team are eyeing a 2023
that looks
release.
badass.
Profane describes itself as a true player-driven sandbox MMO that takes place in a traditional fantasy setting. You'll be able to explore a dynamic world that reacts to your actions, partake in open-world PvP, build houses, and enjoy skill-based action combat. Visually, I like the vibrant
skill-based? Nah, I'm good.
Stylized graphics of this game, as well as the PvP territory control focus. Currently, there's no information on a release date for this game, so I'd have to speculate 2025 and beyond. The Day Before is probably the most hyped
what
third-person
is
looter
this?
shooter MMO coming in the near future.
What?
This game was initially revealed in January 2021 with a trailer that many people had doubts about, given the fact it's a massive open-world zombie survival shooter similar to The Division,
ain't no
but it's
way!
made by a relatively small dev team that hasn't released a project anywhere near this scale before. The Day Before is currently
cool
set
as
to release
fuck.
on March 1st, 2023, and can already be added to your Steam wishlist. Honestly
Cool.
though, this seems like the kind of game you should wait for the reviews for before buying. Project LLL is the latest looter shooter MMO from NCSoft, and in November
Hey, bro, I'll say it, bro. I love the looter shooter genre, but why the fuck are all their games so bad? Literally, bro, just take Borderlands and copy it and make it bigger. It ain't hard.
2022 was unveiled with a relatively well-received 9-minute gameplay trailer which showed some impressive visuals, although rather clunky-looking gameplay and animations. NCSoft has quite a lot of money and have put out some decent games over the years, so I'm excited to see how this one turns out. As for a potential release, this one's looking like a 2024 and beyond MMO. Nightingale isn't really an MMORPG, but it's a first-person multiplayer open-world survival game that I think will likely appeal to MMO players given its fantasy theme.
Okay.
Nightingale will release in the first half of 2023 and features procedurally generated realms to explore.
Pretty sure they took that animation from Torbjorn in Overwatch, is what it is.
A mix of melee weapons and guns, colossal monsters, gathering, crafting, building, and the ability to recruit NPCs to work on your homestead.
Cool.
Looks like an interesting game and it's already available to wishlist.
Indentured Servants Pog?
Past Fate is a Viking-themed open-world indie MMORPG that should be coming to Steam Early Access in
That looks like ass.
2023. Visually, the game has decent graphics and seems to be going with a Souls-style action combat system. Past Fate will feature 5 playable classes: Warrior, Necromancer, Mage, Pirate, and Priest,
I don't know about this one,
a
boys.
crafting and gathering system, quests, and various monsters such as zombies, demons, and giants.
Listen, bro, I know I say that, like, you know, graphics aren't everything, but holy shit, I don't even think this game has graphics. Like, I'm pretty sure I can count the fucking pixels. This looks like ass, bro. Like, if your game is gonna look this bad, like, at least stylize it, you know what I mean? Like, this game just looks like a fucking game that was made on a PS2 developed on a Game Boy Color, but what is this shit?
I think this game looks quite cool, and I'm looking
You sure?
forward to covering it on the channel when it releases on Steam Early Access.
Okay, whatever you say,
War
Peon.
of Ragnaroks is another indie MMORPG coming to Steam Early Access in 2023, and has recently announced that it's transitioning to Unreal Engine 5. This game is a sandbox MMO with a traditional fantasy setting of orcs, dragons, and goblins, and there'll be a big emphasis on player exploration with no hand-holding, no world map, no level scaling, and lots of dungeons and raids to explore. Soulframe, basically Warframe,
Soulframe, I am super stoked for.
the MMORPG, but with a slower, more deliberate combat system, perhaps similar
I'm actually a big fan of Digital Extremes. Just seems like they never give up on their games, which is very admirable in a company.
to Dark Souls. This game is very early in development, so not a lot of details are known about it yet. Regardless, Warframe was a quality game with a fair business model and a solid developer team, so I'd expect good things from Soulframe. As for a release date, it will be 2025 and beyond, most likely. Dune Awakening is a recently revealed open-world survival MMO based in the Dune universe.
Bro, 2025, my ass gonna be 31. That's rough. That is fucking rough.
In this game, you'll explore the vast lawless deserts of Arrakis, fighting bandits, sandworms, and other alien creatures with a third-person combat system where you'll be able to utilize various infantry, ground, and flying vehicles. Obviously, as a survival MMO, gathering, crafting, and base building will also be a big factor.
Cool.
There's not too many details out about this game right now, but it's looking like a game that will be playable in early access either late 2023 or early 2024.
There was absolutely zero gameplay in that footage. Feels bad.
Horizon Online is another upcoming MMORPG
I
that was
hadn't even heard of
recently
this.
confirmed to be in the works.
Wait, why? What? What? Who wanted this? Okay.
From Guerrilla Games. We don't know anything about this game other than it featuring a completely new cast of characters from the other Horizon games, as well as going for a unique stylized aesthetic. This one seems extremely early in development, so I wouldn't expect any release until 2025 and beyond. Into the Echo is an Unreal Engine 5 MMORPG that was teased in September 2021 with a trailer that quite frankly shows next to nothing. We do know that the game will feature time travel through different civilizations though, which is kind of interesting. This is yet another MMO that I wouldn't expect to release any time before 2025. Mad World is a Korean isometric MMO set in a world with gruesome
If you say a single positive thing about this game, bro, I'm going to vomit, Lazy Peon. There ain't no way you like this.
cartoon-style visuals. This game will be free to play, feature a mix of both PvP and PvE
Free to play, bro. Ain't no motherfucker can pay me enough to play this bullshit. Ain't no way.
content, as well as some of the most hideous bosses you'll ever see. I expect Mad World will release in 2023, as the game's recently been in beta testing and a Steam wishlist page is already available. As with all
This shit looks like a Neopets minigame.
free-to-play Korean MMOs though, do expect this one to come for your wallet. Legends of Ymir.
Bro, ain't no way anybody playing that shit.
Similar to Nightcrows, this is a recently
Damn, bro, this should look good though.
announced MMORPG from
Oh, PC and mobile? Never mind, we're fucked.
we made that will also be cross-platform on mobile and PC, as well as using Unreal Engine 5 and blockchain technology. Once again, lovely trailer, but we'll have to wait for the gameplay to see if there's any promise with this one.
Nah, probably not, bro.
I'm super skeptical myself, especially with how Mir 4 turned out.
Yep, Mir 4 was a joke. What a fucking terrible game.
Legends of Ymir is currently looking like a 2024 release as of the making of this video. Chrono Odyssey, another Unreal Engine Korean MMORPG that showed off a cool trailer 2 years ago that was mostly CGI. This game will be cross-platform on PC, PS5 and mobile devices, and not a whole lot is known about the game. Apparently Chrono Odyssey is confirmed for 2023, but given the fact that we haven't seen any actual gameplay yet, I kinda doubt it. Ares Rise of Guardians is an upcoming sci-fi MMORPG from Kakao Games that gives me budget
Holy ass! Shit, I'll play it. Fuck, give me 5 minutes of this game.
Warframe vibes. This game will be available on both
Oh wait, shit, wait, this looks kind of badass.
PC and mobile, so it probably won't be very good, but it has a cool theme regardless. This one should come out sometime in 2023.
Yeah, this game's probably gonna blow, but it looks like it could be fun to dick around with. Pretty much all you can ask for.
Odin Valhalla Rising, another upcoming PC/mobile
Shit looks like Valheim.
MMORPG from Kakao Games that visually looks quite good.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the gameplay looks like it's a lot of auto-pathing and auto-combat.
Not a fan of that. Get this, I actually like to play my video games, not have them play themselves. I do not get that shit.
Probably heavily pay to win too.
The only time I've ever said I like when games play themselves when I've been fucking sponsored.
But I like the Norse theme of the game. Expect a global release for this in 2023, although I don't think it's going to be a game that will be received too well by critics. Ember Sword is a blockchain MMORPG that's
Why are you? Then who cares?
been in development for years. It reminds me of Albion Online but with more basic graphics. Ember Sword will be a browser MMO with PvP, land ownership, top-down gameplay, and action combat. I'm actually curious to try this game, simply because this is one of the few blockchain MMOs that have been in development for years before crypto gaming became a hype bandwagon. With its first announcement
Oh, so it's gotta be good. Man, this game was scummy before it was cool.
trailer all the way back in 2018. As for release date, it's looking like 2023. Perhaps some of you remember a game a few years back called Project BBQ.
Nah, I've been to the restaurant though.
This was supposed to be a third-person multiplayer action RPG version of Dungeon Fighter Online. Well, Project BBQ was scrapped and transitioned to Project AK. Now this is still a game that's going to be set in the Dungeon Fighter universe, however now it's going to be more of a Souls-like in terms of gameplay.
Wait, real talk, this actually looks kinda good.
And it's only going to be releasing on consoles initially.
Like, this actually looks kind of fun.
Star Citizen is the biggest meme when it comes to upcoming MMORPGs, as many people say this game will never release. It's by far received the most crowdfunding money out of any game ever at over $500 million.
$500 million worth of funding. There's no release date, bro. Ain't no fucking way.
In all fairness to Star Citizen, some parts of the game are playable and look pretty cool. The truth is though, nobody knows when or if this game will ever release. Pantheon: Rise of the Fallen. This game has been on...
Bro, what the fuck is this? What are the names of them? This video is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Is this fucking trailer?
Every single upcoming MMORPG list video for the past 8 years, and it's currently still in pre-alpha. And by pre-alpha, I mean pre-alpha, not some marketing alpha like we've gotten used to over the years. Pantheon: Rise of the Fallen is basically trying to be the spiritual successor to EverQuest.
The one that's fallen right now is my fucking hope for this game, bro. What is this?
And based on the most recent footage shown of it, I can't be bothered to talk about the game any further because it still looks like it's a solid 5 years away from completion. Camelot Unchained has been in development for 10 years at this point, and we haven't had an updated trailer for the game in 9 years.
Oh my god, bro. Is that RuneScape?
Devs haven't shown any progress update on YouTube for 2 years, but apparently it's still in development and they've just secured an additional $15 million of funding somehow. Personally, I don't think Camelot
How in the hell?
Unchained will ever release. So out of all the upcoming MMORPGs mentioned in this video, which ones are you the most excited for? Honestly, the last time I made a video like this, 50% of the games mentioned either ended up being dead on arrival, straight up cancelled, or perpetually delayed. But hope
that's the reality of MMOs, man. If they don't catch fire, they die so fast. MMOs live and breathe by the success and the depth of their player base. If they don't catch fire, they will not succeed. And unfortunately, somehow devs still don't know that like Twitch views on these MMOs are very important. Okay? And like they don't have drops constantly rolling. Like, if your game on Twitch does not have drops constantly rolling as an MMO, it's dead. It is dead. Because you need those drops to inflate the views in order to make people think that it's relevant. Because the more relevant people think that a game is, especially an MMO, the better it is. The more people who play an MMO, the better it is. And, well, unfortunately, hopefully we'll have a new big MMO that's not just a new expansion of World of Warcraft very, very, very soon. Because I'll be real, I do not give a fuck about Dragonflight. But is what it is. I'm praying to God Blue Protocol is good. Will it be? Maybe for 3 months. And then it'll probably die just like the rest of them. But I need something new to sink my teeth into. And yeah, games look cool. Hopefully some of them live up to the hype. Hey chat, how long have I been streaming for, guys? Guys, how long have I been streaming for? Anybody check the timer? I was wondering, we gotta check on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we get a timer check? Might as well do a 24-hour. No, bro, chat. What do you want my ass to do, bro? What do you want me to do? Stream for forever? You want my ass to stream for forever? Yes? Well, I actually do really appreciate the company overnight. Did we all have fun? Chat, type one of you had fun tonight. Type one of you had fun in this goofy ass, random as fuck 12-hour stream. I know my stupid ass had fun. But I think it's probably safe for me to call it a day, baby. Next time we go live, we beat Ocarina of Time. Next time after that, we begin Elden Ring. Boys, it is time for me to become the variety gamer. The variety motherfucking gamer that we all know that I could be. And I soon will become that. The Elden Lord is upon us. The Elden Lord will be descending upon the Twitch chat. Eggy pots around the world will be celebrating as their king, their ruler, descends upon the oh so gracious throne of Twitch chat, the land of the eggs. But first, we must kill Ganondorf. Please react, Teggy. The fuck is that? I'll watch that shit next time. You need to enable VODs again? They're enabled after the stream ends. I don't know how to change that. But anyhow, I hope y'all had a damn good fucking stream. I hope y'all had fucking fun. I will see y'all in the next motherfucking stream. Type 1 if you'll be here. Type 2 if... Nah, I'm good. Anyways, we're gonna raid my homie. Raid the anime man. I'll see y'all later. Okay? Tell Joey I said yo. Tell Joey I love him. Go support my homie. Very, very, very good dude. And I hope to see that guy in real life very, very soon. I'm going to go pass the fuck out. I might vomit. I feel fucking terrible. But I kept my word, as I always fucking do. I love you guys so much. Thank you all for all the follows, the subs, even just keeping me fucking coming the entire night. It was very, very, very sweet. Thanks for keeping the energy up all night, chat. I appreciate the fuck out of it. This is me, once again, Tectone, your fucking streamer, telling you he will be back ASAP, hopefully tomorrow, to beat Ocarina of Time and keep this fucking train running. I love you guys so much. Out of all the streams you could have watched, you chose mine, and I appreciate the fuck out of it. I will not let you guys down, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. Good night. Thank you for keeping company. And I'll see y'all again very, very, very soon. Peace, boys.